ready. Are you ready, Brandon?
I hope so, because we are ready to go. This is Garage Sports Ohio. I'm Chuck.
Pops.
Chuck's brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him by Chuck's brother because, well, he hasn't done anything significant in his life. I don't make the rules. I just pick on him for him. It's a good time.
Oh, fuck?
What the hell? It sure is picking on you today, huh? It's pick on Brandon day, folks.
Okay, Chuck.
Was that too far? I thought
I'm
it was
gonna
funny.
need to talk to you after this.
We can have a conversation.
Oh yeah, we're gonna somewhere in the street.
Perfect. That's where I want it to be.
Wow.
All right. So let's get today started off with the big news.
Yes.
WNBA getting a deal with Amazon, Disney, and NBC
Yes.
worth $2.2 billion to televise their games over the next 11 seasons.
Yeah. Well deserved. Well deserved.
The Caitlin Clark era is upon us.
Oh yeah.
Did you know she scored 19 assists
Yeah. In her last game.
in her last game
My goodness,
Yes.
I did not know that.
and broke the WNBA record?
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yes, Brandon.
I've been waiting to say that.
I read that up myself also, and man, she is just doing phenomenal. I mean, as a rookie, she is just outstanding. Although the reach is doing good too. She's not doing that bad, but I'm telling you guys, she's going to be future GOAT. Future GOAT.
She is a star. There's no denying that.
I'm
Now,
telling you.
Definitely a
this
star.
deal that they set up spans 11 seasons. It'll increase the value for the WNBA's media rights from about $60 million to $200 million a year. It's nuts. It is absolutely insane.
Well, you got to figure this out, Chuck. Chuck also is that the rookies that's come into this class into the women's WNBA is getting really good, and people are filling the seats.
Yeah.
They're absolutely filling the seats, and it's amazing because the last game, or a couple games ago, they had to take the Indiana Fever and move them to the Indiana Pacers arena because they couldn't fill. The seats were all filled.
It keeps they're selling out,
Yes, sir.
which is good. That's what needs to happen.
Yes, and I'm saying this right now. As far as it may go, the women's WNBA may be right almost up there to the men's NBA. Almost, not quite. That's what I'm trying to say.
They got a
Almost,
long way to go.
long way to go. Yeah, but as the future progresses, I think that the women's WNBA might be just almost up there with the men's NBA.
I don't know. That's a stretch because they're so far apart right now.
Oh, I know.
Like it's so
like this.
far.
It's like this. But I'm thinking it's going to go up in the future with Caitlin Clark.
I mean, it's going up as is.
Yeah.
Like it's
Definitely.
already going up. It's just how
And the ratings.
how will it progress over the next decade? I don't know.
And the ratings are skyrocketing.
And I know, and the other thing to take into consideration here is WNBA is hot right now. It's very
Right.
fresh in our minds.
Right.
Caitlin Clark just got drafted this first season. It's hot. Is that sustainable?
This is what I'm going to say. And I'm going to say this. As her being a rookie, her first year, it's going to go even worse, I think. It's going to go up.
Worse than up are two different things.
Well, it's going to go up. I'm sorry, excuse me, guys. I'm just trying to get a little conversation going. But I think it's going to go up her first year or
It's-
second year. If they even win women's NBA title, then it's going to go.
I hope so. I just, like I said, I'm curious to see if this is going to be sustainable growth or if it's just a flash in the pan. That's what I'm afraid of.
Now,
Is if it is a flash in the pan, it's sad because we definitely want to see.
Yeah, so do I. I want to see it go up, but I think right there's your start with that.
Oh, that deal is a
11th
huge start.
season.
The fact that we're getting televised games, more televised games for the WNBA, more people are going to have access to watching it, and I think that will help with growth.
Yeah,
And I really
Yeah.
do hope that it is sustainable growth. I hope people aren't just watching WNBA just for Caitlin Clark. I hope they're coming to the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark and they find something else to love and they love the game.
Oh yes, most definitely. I think that's what's happening is it's not only Caitlin Clark, it's the other players, the other rookies, and the other players that are really talented and they wanting to see him play. So that's why I think this deal is a big deal, and I hope it goes even better after the contract 11-year season. They increase it.
I hope so as well.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Now,
I am really excited over this. This is really a big deal for the women's NBA.
it is. Then we got the All-Star game. MLB.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 16th, they hosted the All-Star game. The AL won 5-3.
But let's just say the
It
one
was
guy.
3 after 3. The NL took a 3-0 lead at the top of the third, and it was all Shohei Ohtani. The man
Yeah.
can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, a 3-run home run. And that's it. That's all we get.
And
the AL took over from there. Mind you, that all being said, Shohei Ohtani, he is absolutely insane.
amazing. I mean, look at his stats. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
It's nuts. He's
Just
the
in
only
that-
one that scored the 3 home runs for the NL.
He only played 2. He only had 2 at bats. He scored a run, had a hit. It was a home run. 3 RBIs with it, and he got walked on the other one. Like, this is a pitcher.
Yeah.
The scary thing is he's always producing.
Always.
He's always consistent.
Oh yeah. Always
It's
consistent.
insane.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane. This guy is.
He
reminds me of
I've
Babe
always-
Ruth.
I've always liked Bryce
Yeah.
Harper too.
I mean, Babe Ruth's realistically the last pitcher that I know of that can hit the ball
too.
like that.
Yeah, me too. Really.
was
And that was my dad's there.
was my favorite player's son in there. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I know Ellie was.
Ellie. Oh, Ellie's. He's so dope. I love Ellie. We both love Ellie De La Cruz.
I
There
love
he
it.
is.
And yes, he was.
Yeah, and
He went over 2.
0 for 2.
It happens.
Yep. Yeah. Ellie De La Cruz, by far one of my favorites. The guy's a
Definitely.
he's electric. He's fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Like anybody, yeah, I mean, he moves. That
Moves.
boy can move.
He's got wheels.
And then he's got home run capabilities,
Mhm.
power.
You wouldn't think it by the way he looks.
No,
Wow, really?
he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
Well,
Well, he's
not-
tall,
Well, yeah,
but
he's
skinny.
thin. He's
Wow.
not one of those big first basemen that you look at and you're like, oh, that's a home run boy.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. Here,
Wow.
I'll show you a picture of him real quick.
Okay. Oh, plays for Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Galaxy.
Skinny guy.
Rivals.
Skinny guy. Hits bombs.
Oh, this guy steals bases and all that. doesn't he?
All of them. He steals all the bases. He does not discriminate on which base it is.
Right. I've heard of him a little bit about it. He's pretty good. What is he, like a second or third baseman?
Third baseman.
Third? That's what I thought.
kind of really good.
I
Third,
think he really jumps high too.
he's either third or shortstop.
He is a third baseman.
Third base.
He was a third baseman in the All-Star game.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I
he was
wasn't
a
for
phenomenal
sure,
player.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got speed, greasy speed.
Yep.
I like him, but I just don't like the Reds. I like the Galaxy better.
Good. Guardians.
Guardians, I should say. Sorry, Guardians. My apologies.
All right. We also had the home run derby.
Mm.
Oh,
Joe Ramirez, is that
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez's son, or maybe related to him, or cousin, or
What I know about Jose Ramirez is he's a switch hitter who plays for Cleveland.
yes, yes.
I don't
He
know
did.
a lot of baseball.
He was
I know he hit 21 home runs in the home run derby.
right or
The
left
first round.
fielder? Right or left?
He's a first baseman.
No, Jim Tomey was first baseman when Manny Ramirez was playing. Tomey was first baseman. See, Ramirez was like outfield. He was like right or left field. Right or left? Because I know Kenny Lofton was center. back
Jose is
then.
a third baseman.
Yeah. Is he related to Manny?
That I'm unsure of.
That's I'm unsure of too.
I don't believe so. I do not believe so.
I was just curious. That's all. I didn't know. So maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But
His brother is signed with the Cleveland organization, so that's cool.
so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say.
Chuck.
I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah,
If I'm
gonna
wrong,
say,
people can let me know in the comments.
yeah, please tell us, give us feedback.
Yeah, and you had him. You had Marcell Ozuna, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso, Teoscar Hernandez, Adolis Garcia, Bobby Witt Jr., and Alec Baum. That being said, a lot of those names got cut out at the first round. Half of them dropped. You wound up with Alec Baum, Bobby Witt, Teoscar Hernandez,
Right.
and Jose Ramirez in the second round. And that's when it got super interesting because Jose Ramirez was going against Bobby Witt. And he lost 17-12.
Wow.
It wasn't close.
Wow.
Teoscar Hernandez beat out Alec Baum, 16 home runs to 15. And then in the finals, Bobby Witt Jr. hit 13 home runs, and Teoscar Hernandez takes it home
14
with 14 bombs.
14 homers. And he's an LA Dodger. Hernandez is a hell of a hitter.
Yep.
For the Dodgers. Because
He hits bombs, apparently.
he's got the home run. The home run so far leading.
The boy hits bombs.
Oh yeah.
And then we could take a look at the standings in baseball, where in the American League East, you got the Baltimore Orioles leading the Yankees by 1 game. You got the Red Sox 4.5 games behind, the Rays 10, Blue Jays 14.
Mm-hmm.
In the Central, the Guardians.
The Cleveland Guardians.
They're revved
Yes,
up.
sir.
Halfway through the season, they're revved up to go. They're 58-37. The Twins are 4.5 games behind. The Royals are 7. The Tigers are 12 games back. And the White Sox, the poor White Sox,
32 and a half.
They're 27-71. I don't watch a lot of baseball, but that's so bad.
That is bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Then in the West, we have the Mariners in first place at 52-46. I am a Mariners fan. That's probably plays a big reason why I don't watch a lot of
But you
baseball.
see the Houston Astros,
They're
one game back.
Game back.
Oh my. And the Astros have got a really good team.
And the Rangers are 5 back. Angels are 10 back. And the Athletics are 15 back. And then we move to the NL. And in the NL East, we got the Phillies dominating.
Oh, yeah, they're killing it.
Dominating the NL East.
And right there is
The Braves are 8.5 games back. The
sorry,
Mets
Mike.
are 12.5 games back. The Nationals are 18.5 games back. And the piss poor Miami Marlins are 29 games back.
Sorry about that, Mike.
They 8.5 games back to Philly.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
Your Braves need to do some work.
Yeah, boy.
And in the NL Central, we got the Brewers in first place at 55-42. Cardinals 4.5 games back. Pirates are 6.5. Reds are 8 games back. Ellie needs to pick that team up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And then the Cubs are 8.5 games back. That's a tight little division.
Yeah, tight little division there. Wow. I mean, never know. Never know.
That division's still up for grabs.
Yeah.
In the NL West, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers in first.
Yeah.
Then we got the Diamondbacks and the Padres 7 games back. Giants are 9 games back. And then the Colorado Rockies are 22 games back. And the Chicago White Sox are clearly the worst team in
Do
baseball.
you remember about 2 or 3 years back how the Colorado Rockies were pretty tough? Really tough. I do.
Okay.
Because they had a real good pitching staff.
Yeah. I know what I know is that my Mariners are never a real threat. The Braves are usually a tough team. The Astros are a real tough team.
Yeah, they got a really good pitching staff.
The Phillies are always in the talks. Dodgers are always there.
Yeah.
You got
But Atlanta's got one really good pitcher, and I can't forget. I can't remember his name. He's really good pitcher, and I know he's right up there in NL in pitching.
Max Fried.
Yeah, that's him, Max Fry.
Yep.
Yeah, he's really good.
I was gonna say I could definitely find it real fast.
Now, what is his record anyway? Is why he's third.
That's not the depth.
Oh, that's not going to show anything.
That's not the depth chart. That was just the roster.
Okay.
He is their starter.
Yeah.
He's their one.
Oh, they're number one. Yeah, it's number one.
Yeah.
And then
he's the guy. Acuna's been around.
Right.
So is Ozuna.
AJ Minister, he's really good. Up there. Right up there. Second one. Got 8
the relief pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. AJ Minter. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of baseball, so I don't know a lot about this stuff. Definitely something I need to get more into.
Yes, most definitely. I've been starting, and I am starting to love baseball again. I used to love now, Mike. Me and you were something in common back then because I used to be a big Atlanta Brave fan. My favorite player was Deion Sanders when he played for the Cincinnati Reds, and then the 2 pitchers that was for the Atlanta Braves that me and Chuck was discussing last week or last Wednesday. Those were my 2 favorite pitchers. And I surely know Mike Isaac knows who the 2 pitchers are. So, and they're tough this year. They're in second place. They're almost in first. They got to improve a lot though.
Just like you, Chuck. I only know a few players here and there.
Yep.
But
That's the hard part. I mean, it's definitely something we got to do better at.
Yeah.
But it's something we got to get into. We got into hockey a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that took off big. I mean, we are sports lovers through and through. So, I mean, I don't think it'll take too much for it to take either.
Yeah, we just gotta find time and sit down, and once we really get into stuff, we dive head first into
Yep.
stuff.
So we'll have to do that.
And another thing, I mean, back then when Matt was alive, we were big Cleveland Guardian fans.
Yeah.
And I mean, like when Jim Thome was first base and Sandy Alomar, Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, we watched a lot of Ken Griffey
I
Jr.
love that, man.
A lot of
You're talking Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton. Yeah, watched a lot of that.
I will say that growing up, I paid a lot of attention to the Indians.
Yeah,
Or the Guardians now.
yeah.
That was always my grandpa's team when I was watching it with him. And man, they had some studs.
And I hate to tell you, Matt had a favorite team, favorite guy. Remember Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
Barry Bonds. Everybody remembers Barry Bonds.
Everybody.
Oh, I mean, Matt was a big fan of his, and
They shared the same birthday.
oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
pretty sure. Yeah, but anyway, we just felt like we needed to get another little sports involved.
We definitely do.
And I thought baseball would be a pretty good thing, something we don't know,
Yeah.
but then we could get into all of us and get back into the swing of baseball
Yeah.
again.
Speaking of sports, we really don't know too much about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're going to dive into my fun fact of the episode.
Okay. That sounds fun.
And I want you guys, first, I'm going to give you some times. Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what sport.
Okay.
Okay. So, the first time I'm going to give you, it's 29 minutes.
Okay.
It took 29 minutes for one of the players to finally score. Okay? And the game lasted 6 hours and 31 minutes.
The baseball game.
No.
Really?
The 29 minutes is a record. And so is the 6 hours and 31 minutes.
Do we have to guess the sport or
It was a record. Yeah, guess the sport.
guess the sport? Rugby.
Nope.
Is it football?
Nope. Would you like
I'm
would you
gonna
like
say
a hint?
I'm gonna say hockey.
No. Would you like a hint?
Then there's only one thing I can think of.
Is it cricket?
Soccer.
No. It is not a team sport.
Oh, really?
Teams?
Wow. Wow, this is really difficult.
Fencing.
No. That would be a really long.
Oh, that
I
is
mean, it is
really,
really
really long. It's
It's
one
a
on
very
one. You said not a team sport.
it is a very demanding sport.
Golf?
For stamina.
Golf?
No.
No.
And it's not a team sport. You
Nope.
got me freaking stumped. Can we get a hint?
This match was a one-on-one.
Tennis.
There you go. This is a tennis match.
I was going to say wrestling, but
Oh, yeah.
And
because they can pin in so many
It
seconds.
is one
the
on one.
record was set back in 1984 on September 24th. Vicki Nelson and Gene Hepner, who were ranked number 93 and number 172 in the world, engaged in a 29-minute, 643 volley rally.
That is ridiculous.
Wow.
That is the longest.
Insane.
It took 29 minutes to
insane.
score a point in
Wow.
tennis.
That is ridiculous.
They
Wow.
volleyed the tennis ball 643 times
643 times.
in one set.
Wow.
Just one set.
Man, I think my arms would be hurting.
That's an awesome
Man.
fact.
That is outstanding.
That's insane.
Everybody,
is.
everybody give a round of applause.
That was really good, Chuck.
That's a really good fact.
That was a
That's
really
cool.
good fact, Chuck.
Speaking of our Braves fan, Mike, Thanks for the fun fact.
Thanks, Mike.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
And now we're gonna have some. We're gonna have some real fun.
Oh yeah.
I think I might enjoy this too much, y'all.
Oh yeah. He always does.
Oh, we are going to talk about the Michigan Wolverines.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, let's talk about him. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We have their schedule up. What do we think their record's going to be this year? They are the defending,
The
reigning,
defending
national champions.
Yes. Michigan Wolverines.
And they're starting off the season with Fresno State.
Well, that's an easy one. But you got to figure Texas is their next match after Fresno State.
Now, mind you, at the same time,
I'm telling
when
you.
it comes to football, anything can happen.
Oh,
the
yeah.
last time I heard a Michigan fan say it was an easy game, they lost.
Fresno State?
No, not the Fresno State.
That was Appalachian State.
That was Appalachian State.
Yeah. Man, why you guys got to bring that up? That's been decades ago. Decades. I mean, why you want to bring
It's one
something
of the
up?
biggest upsets in football history.
So it has to be brought up.
But it's been a decade.
Hey,
When people underestimate other people, they bring that up.
Why?
It doesn't even matter if
It's been decades.
Here's the
ladies
thing.
and gentlemen.
It's
Here's
one
the
of the
thing.
biggest.
It doesn't matter if you're an Ohio State fan, if you're talking to a Michigan fan. You could be an Alabama fan talking to an Auburn fan. It's coming up. Because it's huge.
It's one of the biggest upsets in football history.
Yeah, but I'm tired of hearing it.
Well, then
Well,
don't
I'm
say
tired
things
of-
like that's an easy
I'm tired of hearing we're the national champions.
We're-
I'm tired of hearing we have the overall record over you.
Not really. Well, yeah, we do. We do have the overall record over you. But the last 10 years, you've been spanking our butts.
You want to talk about repeating yourself?
Repeating.
Repeating and repeat.
Repeat and repeat.
We're talking a little smack down here, ain't we?
We talk shit.
I didn't put that in there, but
We talk shit.
All right, all right.
You ready? Ready? 10-2.
10-2.
10-2. We are. That. Let's see.
There's 13. No. Okay, yeah. Because the Big Ten championship's out the window for them.
Maybe.
So, all right. Break down how you got to 10-2.
I got.
A W at Fresno State.
Okay?
I feel like they'll. I feel like they'll beat Texas.
Okay.
Arkansas State is obviously W. They'll beat USC, Minnesota. They'll beat Washington, Illinois, Michigan State. They'll lose to Oregon. Indiana, they'll win. Northwestern, they'll win. But they'll come up short against Ohio State.
For the first time in 4 years. And I like how you said come up short. Feel like there's a reference there.
Now here's my prediction.
All right.
It's not even a bias.
Go game to game.
11-1.
Go game by game. Who we losing to?
Let's see. We'll beat Fresno State, and I'm like Brandon. I see us beating Texas, Arkansas, USC, Minnesota, Washington, Illinois. We're going to win. Michigan State will win. Oregon is a maybe. Maybe. I'm not gonna predict them out. It's a maybe. Indiana, Illinois, or Northwestern, and we'll beat Ohio State.
All right.
I've never heard
10
of.
So, here's the thing.
I've
He
never,
didn't say any loss.
11-1, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going 9-3. Michigan's going to beat Fresno State. That's a nice hype-up match. And then they're going to fall on their face and lose to Texas. Right off the bat. I don't see Michigan beating Texas. Michigan lost a lot of starters. A lot of talent they lost in this offseason. They lost the biggest parts of their offensive line. They lost their best running back. They had issues. The new head coach coming in, he's going to have to figure things out. And I think week 2, he's going to call.
I think he already has it figured out because when we played Ohio State, the last 3 games, you got to remember, he was head coach.
You're right. And all he did was run the ball.
Oh, he passed.
Yeah, like 10 times a game.
He mixed it up. He mixed it up.
No, he didn't. He said, we're going to run it down your throat. You know it, and I don't care.
It wasn't just that head coach. It was Hardball, too, that ran the ball.
That's what Michigan did. It worked.
It worked.
They had to,
Hardball wasn't there when we played Ohio State.
I'm not
right.
talking
What
about
they did,
just
There was
Ohio
a
State.
new head coach.
I'm not talking about just Ohio State. He
All
ran
year.
the ball all year. It worked. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
no.
Because
come on now, he passed a little bit. You guys can't say he just ran the ball.
Oh, cool. 75% of the time he ran the ball.
Well, yeah, because he had a form.
Because he could.
Because he
I
could.
don't think he can this year. He lost a
He
lot of
got
offensive line
Edwards.
pieces.
He's got
That's
Edwards.
nice. How'd Edwards do this past year? Edwards didn't play. Corum was clearly better.
But here comes
There's a reason
Edwards.
he's
And look how he ran
with a
against
weaker
you guys 2 years ago.
with a weaker O-line.
Last year.
And screwed up shoulder or screwed up arm.
And a weaker O-line now. We're not going to cue on the fact that O-line has a big thing to do with that running game.
How many rushing yards?
You doubt O-line, how much O-lines matter. Is that what you're telling me?
O-line does matter, but
Not enough? You think Edwards...
we still have a good offensive coordinator.
How
Well,
much?
did you forget?
Your offensive coordinator is your head coach, isn't he?
Well, let's just put it this way.
It is now.
Did you forget?
So you don't.
Our running back coach was Ohio State running back coach.
That doesn't matter. The running back has nothing to do with the O-line. You've lost pieces in the O-line. The O-line matters a lot.
You ever
And you lost your main running back.
thought that the piece of the puzzle can fit?
It can. And this is all in the future. It could happen your way. I don't see it that way. I don't think it's going to. I think it takes time to regrow and to re-put pieces in the right places. You ever put a puzzle together and put a piece in the wrong spot and have to fix it? This is week 2.
We can see.
Yeah, we're talking about week 2.
We will see.
And then,
How many rushing yards do you think Anthony Edwards had last year?
I don't know.
500.
500? That's because Farm took more of the snaps.
because Okoro was better.
Yeah, he was.
You took a downgrade at running back. You took a big downgrade at O-line.
Edwards is going to be good this year.
No, I know he will.
He will
I'm not saying that Michigan's not going to have a running game or
I know.
not be good.
I mean, there's
a lot
nobody.
of time
Nobody
to work
said
on your talent on Edwards.
we're not bashing Michigan.
No,
Dad.
not by any means.
We're not saying they won't. They won't be in the maybe possibly in the Big Ten championship. They have a great chance. I'm not. Nobody's sitting here saying that Michigan sucks. That's not what we're doing.
No, not at all.
I'm saying this. You guys are doubting them. I think they're going to do pretty good this year. Not bad.
It's possible.
Nobody said they're going to do
With the
bad.
new head coach they had,
But I also think that you're being biased.
he's also already got experience in being a coach.
In being a coach with a great O-line, everything laid out for him already. A dog at running back. Legitimate dog.
Yeah.
Corum was the first round pick.
Corum came out of a game, busted up, bleeding all over himself, and didn't care, and then showed up to work. That boy was a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he worked.
You're talking about going from that to Edwards, who is still a very good back. I'll never say he's not.
Oh yeah, he's
But
good.
When you're going
If
from
you break your wrist and you come into a game after a Corum getting hurt at Illinois and run the ball, and I mean just smack it right down Ohio State's throat, bam!
Hold on, back up, rewind, check the tapes. He just said against Illinois and comes back against Ohio State. Which one?
No,
Was he playing
when Corum's screwed up his leg And then
against Illinois.
Anthony Edwards came in and he had a broken wrist and he ran the ball all over you.
Well, it wasn't hard to do. Ohio
Wait,
State's
don't-
defense was shit.
Don't doubt, Mister.
Nobody is.
Nobody's
doubt.
Nobody said he's bad.
He said Anthony Edwards is talented.
Yes, but you're going from Derrick Henry to Ezekiel Elliott. Somebody who's still good enough to be a starter, but not good enough to be Derrick Henry.
True.
We're just saying that Corum was a little better.
He was the bomb.
Yes.
No, you're taking it as we're saying he's shit though.
Yeah, we're not saying Edwards is bad.
Yeah,
But that downgrade at O-line.
You're quick to defend.
and that's my job.
No, it's not. Your job
Nobody-
is to be a non-biased person on the podcast.
I'm defending my team.
Nobody's hating on
Nobody's
them
hating
though.
on them. Nobody said anything negative about Michigan. I said I believe they're gonna go 9-3.
9-3.
And I believe they're gonna lose against Texas, Oregon, Ohio State. The three highest ranked teams on their schedule. Without a doubt. And I think that because we have inexperience at head coach. We have an offensive coordinator who just taken over the job. Sure, he coached a few games last year because Michigan was caught cheating. What of it?
I don't know. I don't know about caught.
Well, he accepted the punishment and didn't try to fight it. If that's not an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. That's my take on that.
Bad. Good. Your opinion?
Yeah. So
Mm,
Texas is an early game. It is week 2.
may I say
I
something?
think it takes more time.
Let's back up here. Hold up.
Here we go. Defend your team again because you can't be non-biased.
I'm not biased.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
Isn't a man by law innocent until proven guilty?
Unless he just accepts it.
Or maybe he just
And this
took,
ain't the law.
maybe he just took the punishment
Without doing the crime?
with
Because that's
without- with-
asinine.
maybe he thought, well, his team was innocent, and maybe he might as well have said, okay, I'll take the punishment, not my team.
No. It's not how that works. It was coming down on him if it's guilty. And he just took the punishment instead of fighting it. He didn't even try to defend himself. No part of that did he try. He just said, okay. He rolled over.
It is what it is.
That to me is guilty. 100%. And this ain't the law.
But by proven facts, they didn't go to court over it.
No, because he just took it. There was nothing to go to court over. He didn't break a law. He broke an NCAA rule.
Well,
Why would there be court?
a rule is a rule.
And he
You gotta
broke
abide-
it, so he
and you
took the
gotta-
punishment.
Yep.
Otherwise, he would have fought it with the
Well,
NCAA.
you gotta figure too. Hardball also took a punishment for that. What was that, Brandon?
It was recruiting.
Recruiting violation.
Cheating. In the
Oh,
in the
yeah.
recruiting sense.
Well, that was when they had that COVID-19 thing.
It's not supposed to recruit. You shouldn't have been recruiting.
I think that's
That is
what-
against the
I think
rules.
That's what happened.
Yeah, but that's against the rules, right?
Right.
So he took a punishment.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
that one, yeah, we know he did that, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to
He
fix.
took a 3-game suspension.
The other
for that.
3-game suspension that he took, he could have fought it.
Right.
And if he fought it, he probably either wouldn't have been suspended if he was innocent, or he would have been. And then he would have been proven guilty. So, end of the day, just not fighting it is straight up an admission of guilt, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That being said, I think with this new head coach, I think he has to find this new team. Right?
Yeah.
Since
Exactly.
he lost the O-line. And that's
Yeah.
why I say week 2 he's going to struggle. Now, later on, I think Oregon's just that damn good.
Oregon's good.
Yeah.
Especially with that wide receiver they just recruited.
Yeah. And then, I think with Ohio State, I think Ryan Day, it's a make or break.
Yeah.
Ryan Day is going to come in as the head coach. He's going to have a fire lit under his ass. Because if he loses to Michigan again, there's a good chance he doesn't have a job. So when you factor in these things,
Yep.
and then you factor in Ohio State got a quarterback this year. Ohio State has running game. Ohio State still has a Buka. You have these other factors. Ohio State's defense ramped up. Things are happening in that shape where I think Ohio State just has the tools and has the fire to beat Michigan this year. That's all it is.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you got Ibuka, and
Yeah.
you got your running back, and you got a pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah. And
you got your O-line back from last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
we did return a lot.
And
Marvin Harrison's a big hit to the passing game, though. There's no denying
that is going to be one hell of a scary game.
It is. It's going to be a great game, regardless how it's played.
Yeah.
It always is.
I mean, I don't expect that much out of Michigan this year, but it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah,
schedule
but that's why I say, like, when you said they're going to go 11-1, and then you backtrack when you were talking about Oregon,
right.
That's your biasy coming out.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And that's fine.
I'm thinking about agreeing with you, Chuck.
I wouldn't go 9-3 if I were you.
I think I would go 9-3. That's negotiable.
But it's just the way
games are scaring me, like Texas,
Texas
Oregon. And you got to admit, Ohio State. Now you got to figure also they got Michigan State has a new head coach in there.
That's going to take some rebuilding in there. I do believe.
Right.
Michigan State's fallen off the wagon big in the last few years.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate to see, but they have, and I don't see them bouncing back this year right away. That being said, that's also why I think Michigan falls, is because I don't see them being at that level right away again.
But you guys also got to think too. You haven't mentioned anything about Minnesota Golden Gophers, and their coach is really dang good. And I mean, they're going to be tough to beat.
It's very possible.
They're going to be tough to beat.
Anything's possible. Brandon does not agree with that.
I disagree.
Why?
How long's the head coach? How long's Minnesota's head coach been there?
He's been there for a while.
He's been there for like 6 years.
Dad, can you honestly look at me and say they're on the same level as Washington, Illinois,
Michigan?
They're up there.
I don't think they're on the level that Michigan.
They're not. But they're up there.
I think they might be able to beat Illinois. That's more likely than them even competing.
Illinois got a new
Oregon.
head coach also.
Yeah, I just look at a lot of this, and Michigan is on another level. There's no denying that.
They've always been up
Absolutely, 100%.
And Texas has something to prove this year too.
We'll see.
Yeah, because they do have a Manning.
He's on the bench, and that starting quarterback's got to keep that job.
Yeah, if he can't do the job, then here comes Archie Manning.
Yep. So I mean, he's got something to prove too.
And I believe with his
who's their starter again?
Quinn Ewers.
That's what I thought. Quinn Ewers is better.
Well,
He's better.
Let's just put it this way, guys.
At the moment, he's better.
Let's put it this way, guys. You got Archie Manning has two good uncles that played in the NFL,
and it's
Eli and Peyton Manning.
Archie
And with them, as long as he gets taught by those two guys, it's going to be lights out for Archie Manning.
Especially,
I just want to let you know, Archie Manning has two sons that played in the NFL. Arch Manning has two uncles that played in the NFL. You keep saying Arch.
Peyton
It's
and
Arch.
Eli. Oh, Arch. I should say. Okay, Arch.
They're two different people.
I'm sorry.
You know what's going to make him better?
Huh?
Sitting behind Quinn Ewers and learning.
Learning
Well, not
from
only that,
he
but
gets
he's
to
got
learn
his
from
two uncles that are professional football players. They learned from them. Then, because you got to remember, Eli Manning won the Super Bowl. So did Peyton Manning.
Yeah, of
But
course.
here's the difference. Here's the big thing. Is the NFL the same as it was when Peyton was in the NFL? No.
Absolutely.
Quinn Ewers in college, it's definitely not the same college game as when Peyton and Eli played.
Oh, hell
So
no.
that being said, Quinn Ewers
Right.
can help him he learns the base talents from Peyton and Eli. Quinn Ewers brings him into this era.
I guarantee you that when Quinn Ewers goes into the draft this upcoming year, Arch is going to step right in, like nothing ever.
Oh yeah, most definitely because what is Manning or Arch Manning in? He's a sophomore. Sophomore? Oh yeah, he'll step in after that, and he might be good.
It'll be
You never
scary.
know.
It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be scary.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
All
now
right.
that we hit Michigan's, let's bring Ohio State's up. Just for the
Kicks and giggles.
kicks and giggles. All right. Ohio State.
Wait a minute, third week off? What the heck? Michigan don't even have an off week.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
It just wasn't listed
Oh.
as off, as a bye week.
Oh.
All teams have bye weeks. Each team has 12 games. How is Ohio State going to do? And I'll start off with this. First and foremost, there's a lot of easy out here.
Very.
Very. A
Unfortunately,
lot.
there's only one loss I see.
I can see two.
Okay. I'm
not going to be biased on this.
Yeah. I'm going to be
honest. I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's all we want.
You guys are going to beat Southern Miss.
Yep.
You're going to beat Western Michigan.
Check.
Marshall, yes. Michigan State, yes. Iowa.
No.
Iowa's got an insane defense.
Maybe. I'm going to say maybe on that.
They need nothing.
I'm going to be honest.
They lost their best defensive player last year, Cooper DeJean. I don't think you got. It's not the same defense.
Well, no, but
They can
how many defensive players did they
They
lose?
could bring a five-star DN to help.
Cooper DeJean was the safety.
Yeah, he was good. I got it now. He was really good.
He was like one of the best Iowa defensive players I've seen in a long time.
I gotta agree with that.
So
100%.
Iowa's a W.
I think Iowa's a W. And I think they still got a lot of work to do with that.
Oregon. All right, I'll give Oregon the L.
Yeah,
that's my L.
We can agree with that.
Nebraska.
They always keep games close, but they can't finish it.
They cannot finish a game.
I don't know if it'll change with Dylan Raiola, but
as of right now, they have proved
I
nothing
can't.
to me.
They got a great quarterback out of Dylan Raiola. That's it.
Right.
I mean, everything as far as Nebraska, in my opinion, is they have proven they can be in games, in tough games, in bad games. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But it also shows me they play to their opponent's level. So when they're playing Ohio State, they're going to play up. They're going to play way up. And I don't think you can finish a game when you're playing at your opponent's level. You have to play at your level. And if your level is at that where you can compete with Ohio State, compete with Michigan, compete with an Oregon, then you need to play that every week, and they don't.
Exactly.
So, that being said,
and it's
I don't know.
And it's at our house, too.
Yeah. So, that being at home, and we're at Oregon, that's definitely no. And then we're at Penn State.
You guys will win.
It's always
you guys will win that one because their D is struggling. I mean, they just lost their best left end, and he went into the NFL. Penn State W, Purdue W, Northwestern W, Indiana. Man, you guys always have a hell of a time beating Indiana.
We tend to play down to our opponents. Ohio State does.
Indiana has really met up to their standard when they face you guys.
I mean, the teams are going to play harder when they're playing.
I mean, Indiana. I mean, you guys won by what? Couple tutties last week or last year against them, or one or two?
No. I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but Indiana's always been a big struggle for you guys, even it being at Bloomington or Ohio State. 23-3. You guys won that one. But anyway, well,
And then we got Michigan.
then Michigan,
And you
that,
have them.
Always a dog fight.
that's always a dog fight. It's a never.
You never really know.
You never really know who's going to win. And I didn't even expect us to win last year. And Quorum just lit it up. I mean, he was like mad because he didn't face you guys the year after because he got hurt at the Illinois game. His junior year, senior year, he just lit it up. He was just, shoot, wow. Broke NCAA record in touchdowns. I mean, man, it's.
You're sticking a knife in Brandon's soul. You know that.
I know that. And I'm sorry, Brandon, but yes,
Fine.
I'm going to say Ohio State's going to beat Michigan, and they're going to be 11-1.
Hold on. I want to back up a little bit. Did you say on Michigan's schedule Michigan was going to beat Ohio State?
Yeah, but I changed my mind.
He did agree with you at the end.
I agreed with you that Ohio State was going to beat Michigan.
I had to throw it out there. It was fun.
Yeah, I got to admit, Ohio State's going to beat Michigan this year because I don't think we have. Yeah, I'm agreeing with Chuck.
I think Ohio State ramped up, and I think Michigan takes a small step back.
Yeah.
I think
a small step back because we don't have,
and then
we're going to have all freshmen or some freshmen in there.
Yeah, and I think Michigan the following season comes back to play.
Right, exactly.
And it's going to be scary.
I mean, our big 3-year thing. I think it's going to be over.
I think it could. It's going to be we're going to be back to the old days when it's Ohio State, Michigan, top 5 teams, dog fight.
Right.
I believe it. And I think it takes a back seat this year, but I think it bounces back.
I think the following year, I think would be good because we'll have experienced players. I mean, there'll be sophomores. And then again, there's the other players that might don't prove me wrong, Brandon. I mean, Michigan has some pretty good solid offensive line, and they're going in the NFL next year. So we're going to be hurting even worse. I mean,
that's what recruiting's for.
Yeah, but you're going to have a lot of freshmen in there on the O line and the D line.
That's what your coach is for.
And middle linebackers. Look, Johnson, our corner, he's a senior this year. He'll be gone next year, going to the NFL draft. I mean, it just varies between Ohio State and Michigan. I mean, you don't know. You don't know who's going to win or who's going to lose.
And you're not going.
And
until it's game time.
Until
that's the beauty of that rivalry.
It's the beauty of it.
Until the last weekend of November.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Now, we've talked a lot about Oregon. We've talked a lot about how good Oregon is. We've talked a lot about what Oregon's going to do. We've talked a lot about our teams losing to Oregon.
Right.
How is Oregon going to do?
Bros, I think they're going to make the playoffs. I really do.
I personally believe that.
It scares me.
Hey, I personally believe
to say it.
That out of the teams that we've talked about, I think at least 2 of them are going to make playoffs. I think even with the 9-3, I think Michigan has a chance.
Maybe. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I can see.
Maybe you want to know what that possible one loss is?
Yeah, Washington.
Because Oregon's that's a rivalry and it's always a dogfight.
I'm going undefeated. I don't think anybody's going to beat them. I think they will pull it out against Oregon State. Yes, there is a dogfight every year.
Oregon State. Oh, yeah.
I said one possible.
Yeah. But Oregon State is always going to put up that dogfight. They
Yeah.
do have there are what 4 games in here that are a tough matchup with Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon State with them every year,
Washington.
Washington. So you do have some good matchups, some
Even-
decent there, but they got a lot of not a lot. I mean, Boise State even.
if you sleep on Boise State, they could beat you.
Right. Yeah, you can't take down Boise State.
No. So I mean, realistically, I think they go undefeated. Personally,
I can see it. Yeah,
you said one loss.
I said possible.
What's your call?
It'd be Oregon State
Yeah, but what's your
Yeah.
prediction?
undefeated.
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 You? Undefeated. So we got Oregon undefeated.
What's
And
all this hype with Georgia being number 1?
they're Georgia. They said, "Hey, Bama, hold my beer," and took over the dynasty. They are the Alabama of 4 or 5 years.
But now, this era, I don't see it.
You don't see it.
No,
Show me.
Show you. Okay. Look at the playoff era. Who's won the most natties? Pretty sure it's Georgia
wait, like all together?
since 2014. It's going to be between Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama.
Okay. Then it's Georgia. Either way, it's SEC.
Yeah, but Alabama
Georgia's
don't
winning
have
the
Nick
SEC.
Saban no more. Don't they
He's
have a
talking
new head
about-
coach?
He's talking about in the playoff era who's won the most. It's Bama. It's
Okay.
not close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but Georgia, I think, is taking over.
They have recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see
recently.
it slowing down. They're recruiting some
Yeah.
phenomenal.
No, I absolutely.
The
Uh,
talent on that team is insane.
Well, we could start with Carson Beck at quarterback.
Yeah, that's a big start.
Carson what?
Carson Beck.
Isn't he gone? No. Was
No,
is it
he's
senior
still
year?
Junior.
Junior year? Oh, I didn't
He
know
can-
that.
he can,
Wow, man, they made.
After this year, he can go to the draft.
Oh, after this year? Oh, there he is. Yep.
That's undefeated.
Yeah. He
Oh, you want to know why?
Clemson, Tennessee Tech, Kentucky,
There's
Alabama. I know they'll beat Alabama.
3 teams on there. The rest, well, listen, shit.
I hate Georgia Tech in November, though.
Yeah, I hate Georgia
Did I say
Tech.
that?
And UMass.
Yeah, but more Georgia Tech.
Mm,
Georgia Tech doesn't
Georgia
belong in
Tech.
November.
Well, yeah, they should be higher, but they did put Clemson at the beginning of the year.
And I like Tennessee Tech's place. I think Tennessee Tech week 2.
Honestly,
Solid.
you should be used to it.
I am.
Yeah.
Bama did it forever.
What?
You should be used to it.
Bama did it
All SECs did.
forever. So what possible losses do you see here?
Bama,
Bama,
Bama, maybe.
Texas,
Texas,
Florida.
Florida.
Uh,
I will never count Auburn out of a big game.
Oh no,
Ever.
never. But
Auburn has won my heart a little bit in the SEC. Out of all the teams in the SEC, I gotta say I think Auburn's my favorite. It's not close.
he loves the underdog.
Auburn's always the underdog, and they have a tendency to make the upsets happen.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
I've always been a Tennessee fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm with Mike Isaac on this one. I love Tennessee.
Well, Mike Isaac's a Tennessee basketball fan.
Well, I'm a Tennessee football fan.
Yeah.
I love Tennessee, and
I love the history with the Vols. I really do. Good old Rocky Top, baby. It's a beautiful tradition. I mean, they have a lot of things that are phenomenal there.
beautiful, beautiful state.
Absolutely. But when it comes to this schedule, I look at it and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, they're
Texas.
going undefeated.
Alabama, Texas, Auburn, and Florida. I'm not even counting Alabama right now. Alabama will always be a threat, but Alabama without Nick Saban, I have doubts.
Does it scare you?
so
It
do
scares
I.
you.
So do I.
It scares a lot of people.
I have
They're
my
good.
doubts without
Nick
Nick
Saban
Saban.
scares me.
Nick Saban made
Alabama
that
doesn't
team.
scare me.
Alabama.
No,
He
no,
made it.
you misunderstood me.
Hmm.
Not losing your head coach
Oh yeah,
scares you.
absolutely.
It scares you.
Oh yeah, it does me. Yeah, it scared me because
Absolutely.
we lost Jim Harbaugh.
Well, we lost Urban Meyer. That scared the shit out of us.
So, I mean,
It scares you.
it does.
But
Absolutely.
The recruiting's not going to change.
Uh,
It's still Bama.
It's still Bama.
Until they start losing, then the recruiting will change.
I think the recruiting does take a little bit of a hit because it's not Nick Saban.
right, because
Sometimes when a recruit is looking at a team, they're not just looking at NIL deals. They're not just looking at the school. They're not just looking at pro potential. They're looking at who they're going to go learn from. Who's going to coach them? Who's going to teach them the ways to do this? And they're looking at that, and they want that. And everybody wants Nick Saban.
I agree with
So-
Chuck
Hell,
100%.
I want Nick Saban.
Why don't they go to Colorado then?
You're
They
talking
do.
Barry Sanders.
They have. Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders. I'm
Colorado
sorry.
in the transfer portal.
I'm
went
sorry,
nuts.
D.
They do. So they do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not as much as they should with the name of Dion, though.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, and that's the other thing. Deion's an unproven coach.
I know. I won't disagree.
So I think that plays another role in there.
but
Because
he's a
no
Hall-
matter where you go with these bigger schools, you're going to meet pro athletes. You're going to talk to these pro athletes. These pro athletes are going to give you tips and tricks to the trade. You're going to have that no matter where you go. You go Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. You go to any of these schools, you got pros to tell you what's up. Deion, phenomenal player, one of the greatest corners to play the game.
Mm.
End of the day, you can go somewhere else and still learn from a professional corner who's going to give you the same tips and tricks. Because you can't teach skill sometimes.
Yeah.
And
well,
Deion is that guy.
Well, you got to figure Deion did do Division One.
Florida State.
Yeah. College team.
That he played for.
Right. That he played for. And he won some division championships.
He did well at Jackson State.
Yes. Yes. And
He fell off hard last year.
I think that he could turn this Colorado Buffalo around.
I bought into the hype for Colorado last year.
They let him down.
I'm not buying into the hype again.
I think you got to you just can't give a coach 1 year to build his team.
You can't when the transfer portal's a big thing like it is nowadays.
Let me get what I want to say, Chuck. Your first year as a coach, you're not going to have the team you want.
Unless you're Deion and you hit the transfer portal up and pulled an entire team
Right.
from the transfer portal.
Right. But you go in your second season and you're getting all these players.
You already have them. Deion hit the transfer portal and had his players year one.
Yeah, but you got to figure though, also, Chuck, that your first year you got the other coach's team.
Only half of it because the rest of them left because he wasn't going to play it.
He transferred all of his old team, like Travis Hunter.
Oh, really?
Deion had his team.
He had his Jacksonville
yes.
State team.
To your point, that's how it used to work before the NIL and the transfer portal became such a big thing. But since the NIL and the transfer portal became such a big thing, when you take over a team now, you're not just taking over the previous recruits. You have the ability to hit that transfer portal up during the offseason, bring in these other players, bring in your team, and you can make the team yours. And Colorado did that in the biggest way before the start of last season.
Oh, okay.
Shedeur Sanders wasn't in Colorado before Deion. Travis Hunter wasn't in Colorado before Deion. You see? Like, his two biggest players right there. They weren't there until he went.
What's his son's name at linebacker? Something Sanders?
Is that
Shiloh?
Oh,
Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders.
Corner. He's a corner.
He was a corner.
He's a corner.
Thank you.
He's a linebacker.
No, he's corner.
He was a corner. Yeah, he
Shiloh.
was.
Shiloh.
Yeah, he was corner. He led Colorado
Shador
Buffaloes in sacks.
is a
Or, I mean,
quarterback.
in interception.
It's Shiloh, yeah.
Shiloh's a linebacker.
I thought he was corner. To be honest.
Safety.
His other,
He's neither.
huh?
He's neither. He's a safety.
Oh, he was a safety. Yeah, because he led Colorado in interceptions.
Who am I thinking of? Who's their linebacker? I thought it was his son.
I thought his other son was a quarterback.
Okay. Let's see. So we want to know Colorado.
Linebacker. Or you can just go to the roster.
Yeah, let's go to the roster. Sorry about this, y'all. We are going to get educated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see?
That's Shador at quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his other son.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's the running back? The linebackers here. All right. This is not helping me at all, is it? Whatsoever. This is okay. We got Travis Hunter, athlete. Levante Bentley, Jalen Wester, Keaton Wade. Who are we thinking of here, Bill? Brendan Gant, Tage McCoy, Jeremiah Brown, Trevor Woods.
Yeah, he only had two sons, Brandon.
He's got another one.
He's got a third.
You got a third one.
He's got Deion Jr.
I didn't know he had three sons. I thought he only had two. The one that was safety and one that was quarterback.
Did he move to safety? Oh, either way.
He probably did move to
Yes,
safety.
Honestly,
I
let's
guess
be realistic.
I'm probably
He
wrong.
probably played a bunch of different positions. It's Deion's
Wrong.
case.
If
They do whatever they want.
I'm probably wrong. That's fine. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But I knew Shiloh was on the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my fault if he
Yeah.
didn't play linebacker.
And that's okay. So yeah, I mean, he didn't have half that team.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like he brought it all in. And that's where I'm like, if you're a big name coach and you're going somewhere, it's your team.
Right.
Like
exactly.
I won't accept
Nowadays.
that excuse anymore. If you're just starting, like if Deion didn't have the Deion name, yeah, he's taking over somebody else's team. You can 100% claim that, and that's fine. Just like in Michigan, he's taking over Jim Harbaugh's team.
Yeah. And
Right.
he's going to have to recruit
But
his own.
it's
And
just
he's
like
going to have to do his own thing.
it's just
Because
like
you're not going there for his name. He hasn't made one yet.
okay. It's just like when Jim Harbaugh started at Michigan.
Yeah, Brady hosted.
He was doing Brittany Hope's team.
Absolutely.
And that's what brung Jim Harbaugh down those last 3 years, 3 to 10 years.
And
Well,
everybody
here's
wants.
the thing. That was before the portal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with this transfer portal being in existence or being such a big thing now,
All right.
that's
yeah.
where the changes.
Okay. You're absolutely correct, Chuck. You are right.
And then that's why I will live with Deion has his team. He had his team last year. You're not going to get that hype to sell me in again. I'm good. Hard pass.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Not to say Colorado's not going to be a good team.
No.
By any means.
By any
I
means.
just,
They are-
I'm not going to be sold on them being a top 10 team.
They're in a new conference this year, though, too.
Yeah. They have positives, and I hope well for them. I'm just not going to sell out everything like I did last year. They broke my heart a little bit. I got a
Yeah.
soft spot for the Deion boy too, you know.
Only winning 2 or 3
So
games.
you're telling them to prove
last
it?
year.
Yeah,
You're telling them to prove it? All right.
Yeah.
prove it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
End of the day,
I think I might.
Shador's a hell of a player. Travis Hunter's a hell of a player. They have a lot of talent there. They
Right.
have a lot of pieces. They can do it. It's very possible. But you burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me, and I'm not going to be shamed. Unless they do good. And if they
Hey.
do good and I'm shamed, then I'm happy about it because at least they did good.
Right. I admit Georgia is going to have a good season.
Oh, Georgia's them.
Right. They got
Georgia's the team to beat in the SEC.
They got
They'll win their conference, but are they going to win the national championship?
There's going to be 12. There's going to be a lot of talent in this playoff. It's going to be a
I
big
don't see
deal.
it.
I think it will.
I
think Georgia can do it. I think Georgia can
It's
take,
possible they
take
can
it
do
all.
it.
I will
I'm
not
not
doubt
saying.
them.
I'm not saying it's not
doubting them.
possible.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You don't think they will?
I don't
Who do
think.
you think is going to win it this year?
Who do you think?
I think it might be Oregon.
I was about to say, I think if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Oregon.
I think it might be Oregon or Ohio State if they can get their shit together because they have the fucking talent to do it.
That is the other big problem when it comes to Ohio State, especially early in the season. They cannot figure it out until they get that first loss, and then it's over. Now they figured it out. Why did it take you to lose a game to figure it out?
Yeah.
That's been the same way with
That's been the same way for the last decade.
since Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
We lost to what, Purdue 1 year?
Yep.
Lit a fire under our ass.
Or
We lost to Penn State.
I'm sorry, guys. I
Fire.
still think the only good coach you guys ever had, and I loved the dude. He was a good coach. Jim Tressel.
You always say that.
Jim Tressel.
I did love Jim Trust.
I loved him.
But he got caught letting his team players get paid
and
for services.
NCAA policy rule.
Before the NIL was a thing.
Man.
He broke rules.
Man.
He paid the price. The ultimate price.
Yeah, but the guy, I gotta admit, the coach stood up and admitted he was wrong.
Yeah, see,
I admire a coach like that admitted he was wrong.
And at the end of the day, and this is my thing, with Jim Harbaugh, and going back to the, you messed up, you broke policy, you accepted your punishments.
Right.
That's great. Jim Harbaugh, by not fighting it or doing anything, just accepting his punishment, yes, I take it as an admission of guilt. Also, I take that as he's owning it.
He's owning up to it.
Right. And that's fine.
Right.
He's admitting, hey, yeah, I did something wrong. I'll accept the punishment. It's over.
Right.
And that is
leave my team alone.
It takes a big man to do that.
Right.
And yes, I have respect for Jim Harbaugh in those regards.
And I do Jim Tressel because he went right in front of TV and he said, "Yep, I admit it. I did wrong. I knew what my team was doing. Blah blah blah." And that's how I admire Jim Tressel.
Yeah.
And then that's how I also admire him as a coach.
Yeah. Hard not to.
So that is why I love Jim Tressel.
You got something to say over there?
No, I agree.
Okay.
He was one of the greats.
Your face
Yes,
said
he
I got
was.
something to say.
He was one of the
I'll
greats.
admit it. I wasn't a big Ohio State fan when Tressel was coach, no. But I do admire the man for admitting, hey, I knew it. I was wrong. That's it. The end.
Both Michigan and Ohio State have had legendary coaches.
All over the place.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woody Hayes, Bo Schembechler.
Well, it goes further than that with Michigan with Fielding Yost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fielding Yost.
All the way back then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a big tradition throughout years and years and years.
And ever since Ohio State finally figured out how to play football, it's been a battle.
Yeah.
It's been a dogfight.
Oh yeah.
It's been a tug of war. They each have their moments where they're dominant, and then they're not.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I hope it continues till the end of time.
Really, every team.
I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
I hate to tell you, fans out there, in my house, with these guys, my son, it's a big, the house is rumbling.
Uh-huh.
And we have a lot of good food. We talk about Ohio State, Michigan before game time. And it is a house of rocking. And my wife has got to get out of the house when Ohio State, Michigan plays. He
She
always does.
not want anything to do with it. You know what my favorite memory, and it was the year that stands out the most for me. Because we banter, we talk shit back and forth, no matter
Right.
when it is,
Right.
how it is, especially during the game.
Right.
Usually we're a little less belligerent during the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the one year, I don't even remember what year it was, Michigan scored a touchdown. You jumped up. You were so excited. Michigan scored another touchdown. Your shit talking was coming out hard. Ohio State makes the comeback. And as soon as Ohio State takes
Oh,
the
yeah.
lead, you had
Boom.
everybody up.
Zip. Zip. I couldn't say nothing. I never talked that after they gained the lead. It was like, what just happened?
The thing is,
Did we just lose that game and we were ahead at half?
yeah, and the worst part is, like, don't get me wrong, I don't ever want to see you heartbroken unless it's during that game. But I watched your heart break during all of that.
I know.
And it was the greatest thing in the world.
It just went down to my stomach.
Yeah, it's the only
It was
time I ever
unreal.
want to see you heartbroken.
That took a chunk out of the heart.
Do you know what felt?
Wow.
You know what felt better?
What's that?
What's that?
Us beating Alabama in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
What felt better than that, bud? Anything?
That felt better than that.
That's true. Dude, you remember,
Yeah.
I remember that too. We were out getting wings. You were so scared.
That's all I could think about.
You
Before
were
the
so
game?
terrified.
After,
And I was like, I'm not. That was
Yeah.
Cardale Jones, right?
Yep.
And I was like, we got Cardale Jones. What's his strength? The deep ball. What's Alabama's strength? Weakness this year. The deep ball. We're going to be fine.
And didn't you guys have also you had Zeke then?
Zeke,
Yeah.
Devin
And I think he
Smith.
was a sophomore or something like that when you guys won that national championship against
Yeah, because
Alabama.
the year after that, we were switching snaps with JT and Cardale
Cardale
Jones,
Jones,
Which-
yeah.
which, excuse my language, fucked us. And
You could just say it's fucking dumb.
well, it was also dumb. And we had Braxton Miller at wide receiver.
Yep.
That was
A
very raw.
Very dynamic player with the ball in his hands. I can see why you put him at wide receiver. Because you can ball. He'll make a play.
But he's the better quarterback out of the
But
three
he
of
He
them.
was
too.
the better quarterback.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chuck, 100%. But he was a better quarterback than he was a wide receiver.
He will forever be known as Big Butt. Or Circle Butt.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Ohio State spin move. That's all it is. But on that note, I think we call it here.
Heck yeah.
And that's it for this episode
Love, love you, boys.
What is it? What is it, Ed? What's the name of the show?
Sports Garage, Ohio.
You got it backwards. It's Garage Sports Ohio.
Garage Sports Ohio. Garage Sports Ohio.
But all right, y'all. Peace out.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.